When visiting Madrid, one of the best things you can do, in our opinion, is visit one of the many markets that you can find here in the city. And so today we want to test out a few of the most popular ones. We finished fueling up, so let's go. So this market we are in, Mercado Maravillas, is one of Europe's biggest markets. It opened in 1942 and it's really cool. It's got a very local feel to it. It's located not directly in the city center in Madrid, in the Cuatro Caminos area, which is very multicultural. Got a lot of Latino influences here as well, and that's also reflected in the food that you can buy here.
We decided to rate these markets in 3 categories. First one is the food variety, like does it have many different food options? And we're talking about options for like ready-made food, not groceries, because we believe as tourists that's what you're probably most interested in. Second, we are rating the value for money. It will just be about the impression we get. And then the third one will be atmosphere, basically how it feels and how much time we'd want to spend here. We've seen a lot of Venezuelan food stalls, yeah, so we thought that's the way to go when you're in this market. And we've ordered some arepas and also some tequeños. We only know them from the picture that the menu has. And it seems like they're little fried doughy things filled with cheese. So we're very excited to try them. We also bought this, I think it's kind of a malt beer, but everybody's drinking it here. And as we ordered our food, some other customer said we have to try this if we want the whole experience.
So I think this is a really popular drink in Venezuela. This one I think is brewed and bottled in the USA. So maybe it's also really popular there. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it is very malty. Not surprising. It's also very syrupy. So I think a lot of sugar in there. I mean, it's good. It is good. Also looking forward to the sugar rush.
So these are the tequeños. And they come with lots of different sauces, which I really love. It's very salty. And I think it's kind of like a mozzarella cheese. It's probably, maybe it is mozzarella, maybe not, but it's very similar. So it'll probably get spicy.
That's the way to go. This is the star of the show, the arepa with asada, so it's beef steak and a lot of cheese. This looks like an excellent and nutritious breakfast. Yeah, I like it. I really like the concept of arepas. The wrapper made out of corn. It's got a really nice taste to it. The meat here is really soft. It's great. This is really good. Don't hide behind the arepa.
It's nice. I like how the bottom of the arepa is very thick and fluffy, and the top is just very thin and crunchy. That's how it's cut. I don't know if it's always cut like that, but it's nice. We just got this to try. And I think it's a rice pudding drink with some cinnamon on top. It's called chicha. I like it. I mean, it's a bit like a dessert after our low-calorie breakfast here, but it's good.
So, Mercado Maravillas, what's our verdict? First of all, we probably have to say that this is based on our short experience at the market.
Okay. First category.
Yes.
Food variety.
I mean, if you want to buy some groceries, this market is incredible. So many stalls with so much good-looking food.
Every part of the animal
Yes.
can be bought here.
But that's not what we are here to experience.
The variety of stalls that we've seen here hasn't been very high. I would give it a 2 out of 5 for variety.
Yeah, but the food we tried was really good.
Yeah, and I feel like value for money is quite good at this market. Just because it has a very local feel to it, I'd give it probably 5 out of 5 stars. I can't imagine the other markets to be much better.
And when it comes to the vibe or the atmosphere at the market, I really liked it. It's a very local atmosphere. There aren't really any tourists here.
The only thing I would say is that it's not particularly beautiful or nice in there. I mean, there's no music. It's just a huge warehouse, basically. It's just a huge hall. So that's why I would give 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. So this market right here is kind of the opposite of the Maravillas market we were at just now. This is located right in the middle of the Malasaña district in Madrid, which is a very cool and hip district that we also live in right now, and it's good for shopping. And right here is the San Ildefonso market. This one is pretty much all about eating. There aren't any grocery or produce stalls. This is basically a street food court on 3 levels.
We have lots of street food options from all over the world here, but we decided to go for something more local this time, for some Iberian ham. Just as a little in-between snack. We're not that hungry. Yep, that's good ham. And I really hope it's some quality ham because it cost us 12 euros. Alright, let's rate this market. Quick verdict. And it's not focused on Spanish cuisine, which is what you might want to eat when you're here. Or the other stalls, they do remind you of food markets in every other big city.
Each stall sells a different kind of cuisine. 4 out of 5 maybe?
Value for money. We actually saw that there's a Latin American stall here that sells almost the exact same food or like the same types of food that we had at the other market. And both of the dishes we had were 2 to 3 euros more expensive here. So I guess this one is a little bit more on the pricey side.
Yeah, so what would you say? 3 out of 5 maybe?
Yeah.
And when it comes to vibe, this is nice, especially if you want to come here with friends, you know, more of a social setting. So we'd probably give it 4 out of 5 points here as well, but for other reasons than at the other market.
And we've come to another also very central food market, Mercado San Antón. Hungry?
Not really.
Already see that this is a mix out of the other markets we've been to because there are lots of like produce stalls and then also a lot of food stalls. So seems really nice. Let's give it a closer look.
Alright, San Antón market, market number 3, and we decided to get some pinchos. Can you see the pinchos?
Yes, we can.
Basically stuff on bread. One bread with sardines and the other with a mix of vegetables. Together with some crisps, it's almost a meal. This market here really is much more, we've got much more space to breathe basically. It's a super nice building. The original building here was destroyed and then built up again in 2011. You don't have that many stalls, it's around 20 to 30, but they all look very... And the bonus thing about this market is that on the top floor you've got a terrace and you can visit that and, you know, have a drink on the rooftop.
Very crispy, the bread. I really like the mix that you get on top. Do you want to learn something?
No. Yes, sorry, yes.
So pincho is actually the word for a little toothpick, which is used to hold the bread and the toppings together. So a pincho is always a bread with delicious things on top. These napkins sound like plastic.
These are the worst kind of napkins. The ones that are like wrapping paper. And they don't soak up anything. They just basically smear the fat all over your face.
I think that's why we subtract 1 point.
But I really like this pincho. These salty sardines just are the perfect topping. That's a good pincho.
I think it's nice how much love you can put into a tiny bread. I mean, it's not tiny, but still.
Quick rating. So when it comes to pure variety, we probably can only give 3 out of 5 points. But we really like that there's a focus on local Spanish food. I mean, also some Latin American food.
Maybe it's 3.5.
Yeah, maybe 3.5. I think they deliver.
Yeah.
But now, when it comes to value for money,
It's a good thing that all the 3 markets we've been to till now sell arepas and tequeños. So we can compare prices, kind of our arepa index. And here, arepas actually cost 12 euros. So I'd say value for money, probably 2 out of 5 points.
I really like it here. I mean, this is a very modern market and especially the rooftop is a nice bonus. So 4 out of 5 points again, maybe. I mean, for different reasons again.
Yeah. This market is not as touristy as Mercado de San Miguel.
Which we've also been to.
Yes, but it's not as local as Maravillas. It's a mix between tourists and locals, I think.
And speaking of San Miguel Market, although we didn't visit it on this day, we did visit it in our previous video. And it's probably Madrid's most popular market, and it does offer lots of food options, but we did have one or two issues with it. Loads of food here, really good looking food. It's not cheap, it's kind of expensive.
It is very exhausting. So let's get out of here. Let's buy something and get out of here.
The food we tried was tasty, even though it's kinda overpriced. So all in all, we'd give 4 out of 5 points for food variety, but 1 out of 5 points for value for money. When it comes to vibe, it really depends on if you're looking for a high energy, bustling market like this one, or if you prefer something more relaxed. We didn't really feel like spending too much time at this market, so we'll give 3 out of 5 points for the atmosphere. But now, let's head to the last market on our tour.
We're now in the Salamanca area where you find a lot of boutique shops, luxury brands, and also Mercado de la Paz. We hope it's not as expensive as these fashion stores around here, but let's find out. And we've heard that there's a restaurant here that serves an excellent tortilla. Lots of produce stores here. Where's the food?
I don't think there's a lot of food.
This is the juiciest tortilla I've ever had, and it's really good. It's almost like a wrap of egg filled with creamy potatoes and like
More eggs.
more eggs, and also some caramelized onions, and they bring a really nice touch to it. They almost taste like raisins, but yeah, that makes it really interesting. But I do like the Spanish tortilla anyway, so it's not very hard to impress me, I think.
All right, last market of the day, Mercado de la Paz. I mean, the area here is super nice, and this market is kind of surprising because it doesn't feel like the luxury market that you would expect in this kind of area, but it also feels like it's an institution and many people like to come here for their lunch or dinner. When we walked through this market, we at first didn't really see many food stalls where you can directly eat the food. There are a handful, I mean maybe 10 or something different stalls, but they are more like restaurants, so you can really sit down there and enjoy some Italian food or a nice tortilla, as we did. Variety wise, we can't give too high points, maybe something between 2 and 3. When it comes to value for money, unfortunately, they don't have an arepa for sale here, so we can't compare it with our trusted arepa index.
I don't think it's much more pricey than the other markets we've been to though.
What should we give, like a 3 out of 5 maybe?
2 or 3, yeah, maybe 2.5.
This is not the budget option, definitely. When it comes to the vibe, it's not really made to be like a really social place, like for example the Ildefonso market, but it's also not just a produce market, and because in the restaurants you can sit down. So overall, I don't know, what should we give? Like a 3 out of 5 as well?
It's nice and it's beautiful, it's like very clean.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that, you know, I'd want to spend a lot of time here. We like a good tortilla, and so I think it's almost worth coming here for that if you're kind of in the area. But yeah, that's the La Paz market for you.